Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the FFIA Side Chat with Tawana. I am Tawana, the executive producer of the Full Figure Industry Awards, and I am also the CEO and editor in chief of Queen Size Magazine. So tonight I have one of our nominees who I will be chatting with this evening. But first, let me just give you this friendly reminder. If you are not saving a date for the Full Figure Industry Awards, make sure you do so. It is scheduled for November 4th, 2023. Showtime is at 4 p.m. It will be in Queens, New York. Make sure you go to our website, thefires.com. Get your tickets while they are still available. This show every year sells out. Thank goodness. So make sure you get your tickets. Don't wait until the last minute, okay? Do be sure to follow us on social media, the Full Figure Industry Awards across the board. And while you're here, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Now, I am joined by my beautiful guest, Kristin. You are amazing. I love you.
Oh,
The first time I
thank
saw you.
you.
Welcome and congratulations on your nomination. Tell
Thank you so
everybody
much.
what you were nominated for this year.
Outstanding plus size model. I was actually shocked. I wasn't expecting it, so I'm so grateful to be part of it.
That's interesting because a lot of our and this is your first year being nominated, am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. So a lot of our nominees who were nominated for the first time say the same thing. Oh, I was shocked. I didn't even know people know who I was, right? So it's amazing. Everybody knows who you are because so tell everybody a little bit about who you are without going too far in depth because I have a bunch of questions I'm going to hit you with, but tell everybody a little bit about who you are and how you got started in modeling.
Well, I am a plus size model, actress, and now I am also an influencer. So I got started probably when I was younger, like teenager, but then I stopped for a while, had a regular 9 to 5 job.
Hmm.
Then kind of got back into the modeling industry when I went to Full Figure Fashion Week. So that kind of revved up the engine and wanted me to get started into the modeling industry again.
So that's where I know you from. Go
Yes.
Figure Fashion Week.
Yes.
Um, I don't even remember what year. I think I've gone to all of them, but I don't remember what year. But I remember that's how memorable you were for
Oh,
me. I remembered you, and I remember during the show, not during the show. It was I think it was during intermission. Me and Phil was talking, and we were like, "Who is that?" And Phil was like, "Oh, we have, we have to shoot with her." So yeah, you were quite memorable, but that was just the tip of the iceberg for you. And getting back into it, you have you have walked in some prominent shows that look
I have.
amazing on your resume, by the way.
Thank you. I know I've Full Figure Fashion Week was kind of the start of getting back into modeling and runway. And then from there, I did LA Fashion Week, I've done New York Fashion Week, Miami Swim Week, LA Swim Week. So I've kind of crossed all the areas in the US. So now I just need to go overseas and do those runways.
I hear. You know what? Have you gone to Toronto Fashion Week yet?
I haven't.
I want to go. I want to go.
That will be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. And it would be fun if you're walking when I do go.
Okay, well, let me know when you go and I'll make sure I go to the casting.
Okay, so when the casting comes back up, I'm actually going to reach out to
Yes.
Ashley Walker, so she can let me know when the casting is, and I can pass it on to you, so we can meet up there. I mean, we're both in the States, so it makes no sense for us to meet up in Canada. So
And it
hopefully,
would
I
just
will
be a
see you
nice
before then.
little extra
Yes,
reunion.
yes, yes. But we'll make sure we connect before then.
Absolutely.
Where do you live now?
I'm in Las Vegas, so I split my time between Vegas and LA, which
Wow.
right now it's a little toasty. It's really, really hot.
I don't know how you live like that.
It's
Here is
hot.
hot. It's hot here. There, it's inhumane. I don't know how you live like that.
Getting in the car, it said 119 today. I was like, take me back to California, because I was there last week for work. So I'm like, get me out of this heat.
That's crazy.
It's too much.
That's crazy. Oh man.
Yeah.
I envy the people who do the, oh, when it gets hot, I'm going to live in a cooler state. And then when it gets too cool, I'm coming back. Like, I envy people who can do that. I want to do that.
Me too.
Those are my
Me
goals.
too.
Those are goals right there.
Yeah.
So congratulations on everything. Congratulations on your nomination. I'm
Thank you.
hoping, crossing my fingers, that we are going to see you on November 4th. See, we were
Yes.
talking about seeing each other in
Yeah.
Canada. Hello. Hopefully I will see you on November 4th.
No, I will be there. I already put it in my calendar. I'm gonna be there.
Or there we go. So now we get to see each other. So I read that you recently got into coaching as well.
Yes.
Tell me more about that, because you know, I know a lot of people, and a lot of people think they can coach, and I'm not saying that you can't, okay?
Right.
But I've seen firsthand some people make an attempt at coaching, right? And then I look at, well, what does your resume look like that
Right.
you can now coach people? And I get that you know enough to tell people what not to do. But if you're going to coach people to become successful in a certain area, you may want to be successful too, right?
Correct. I see a lot of that. I mean, there's tons of people that have coaching classes, modeling classes, all types of things. So for me, it was more or less I have people coming to me asking me questions on set, people in my
Mhm.
DMs, in my emails. And so it got to the point where it was just like, okay, well, a lot of people just don't even know how to get into the industry or where to look. And for me, it was trial and error. No one ever taught me. I kind of had to search everything and learn everything on my own. I didn't have an agency when I first started either. So it was a learning experience, and I've learned a lot, and just even like little takeaways that I've given people that are like, oh wow, that really helps. So I've
Mhm.
done some individual coaching. I've done a couple classes. And then because I do influencer work now, a lot of people want to learn how to get into influencer work and get paid, not just get free products. They
Right.
they're like, you work with all these brands and I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to reach out. And there's a million coaching classes and a million different ways you can go about it. But I think knowing the person or of having met me, it's easier to come to me to learn from me because they know I'm doing it.
Right. And that's the point I was trying to make. That is extremely important, right? Because for me, if I want to be an influencer, and that's not to say that I do want to be an
Right.
influencer, because I don't. If I want to be an influencer and I want to be a paid influencer, not just getting
Right.
free product, then nine times out of ten, I'm going to connect with someone who can coach me, who is currently doing that, or who has had the experience in doing that. A lot of people do not. A lot of people just want that 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 buck, I should say. People
Right.
just want that money, and it's a shame that people take people's money knowing that you cannot really give them the results. And that's not to say that I give
Right.
you all these tools and it's going to work for you,
Correct.
because that's not what it's about. It's, I'm giving you these tools and you have to do the work. But I'm glad to see that you are one of the good ones who are coaching people on, where to go. Honest opinion. I'll give
Yeah.
you my opinion on this first.
Okay.
Um, Me personally, and this is not a knock to anybody who does it, because I know that it takes, hey puppy,
Sorry. It's say
all
hi.
good, all good, cute. Um, so I know that it takes a lot of work to be an influencer and getting these free products, right? How do you feel? Have you ever done jobs where you got free product in exchange for work?
In the very beginning, or I'm open to getting free product without any um expectation, I should say. Like, I have to post, I have to give them deliverables, because there's a lot behind it too. They're using your face, your words, your videos, your photos for marketing, and they're making money off you. So it's more or less what you're comfortable with. Maybe if it's like, you might see me post something about like a product or something on my stories that I've gotten from PR. It might have been gifted, but I'm not required to post anything.
Right.
It's, you kind of just have to take it as it comes and what you're comfortable with. If it's a brand and a company you truly love and something you already use, by all means, go post about it. It might help you get actual paid collaborations with that brand. And same with modeling. In the beginning, of course, you're building your portfolio. It's a little bit different. Now, as I'm more seasoned, I definitely need to be compensated for my time. But in the beginning, yes, I mean, certain things can be beneficial to you. I just would say take it, see how it goes if you feel good about doing it. But otherwise, don't do it if you just don't feel good about it deep down in your heart.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it is a job, right? And
Right.
you want to get paid for all that you do. And when I mentioned before all the things that, it's a lot, and I know it's a lot because we have done photo shoots with people who have to shoot product, right?
Right.
And people are paying for photographers and makeup artists so that they can post in your clothing and meet your deadlines or for free product, right? So you're getting all this free marketing, but on the back end, I'm really paying for it.
You are.
So
Mm-hmm.
definitely do your research on that. Not you, Kristen, but for people who are listening, definitely do your research on that. And in the beginning, it's okay if you're building up your resume or your portfolio, whatever you want to call it. But just understand, the goal is to get paid. So, doing this for 3, 4, 5 years is definitely not the goal. I think you have to
No.
have a cutoff point to say, this is my experience. These are the people I worked with. And if you've only worked with, one brand in 3 years and it's not really a prominent brand, then you have to extend that. But I just wanted to mention that because you brought up the influencer part. And I think people need to hear that. Not necessarily from me, but somebody who is actually doing the work. Because I'm not. That
Right.
is not a lane that I want to walk in. That is not my
Right.
ministry at all. I stick to what I'm good at, and I'm not
It's
good at
a
that.
lot. It's a
It is.
lot of work. It
It is.
kind of just happened too. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna wake up and I want to be an influencer and do all these things. It kind of came along with the modeling, and people started asking, and I was like, why not? Let's try it out. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So, question about Full Figure Fashion Week, since that was, where you got back into it. What made you audition for Full Figure Fashion Week? And was that your first year auditioning?
It was. It was my. Was it my first year? Or maybe it was my second time. I don't think maybe I got it the first time. I know 2016, I believe, was my first time walking. I can't remember if I auditioned in 2015 as well. But I remember that I was like, you know what? I kind of gave up on modeling. I had another career. I didn't plan on going back into modeling. I wasn't really super comfortable with it. I didn't really know how to, I was like everybody else. I don't know how to start. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know where I'm going. I don't know what to do, what I need. So that was kind of like the push I needed. But I think it was 2016 was the first year that I walked. And so that really kind of was like, okay, this is something I really love and I want to show. And the fact that everybody is such a welcoming community. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how I came across Full Figure Fashion Week. It just had popped up. I went to the audition because it was not in Vegas, it was in LA. And I was like, wow. I was like, and it was a lot of fun. You get to connect with a lot of people and a lot of brands, and it was great.
Yeah, I miss it.
Me too.
Shout out to Gwenda Bo, who will not bring back Full Figure Fashion Week, but that's okay. I keep getting on her about that, and she keeps telling me to shut up. She is not doing Silver Fox stuff, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe we, in June, Um, was it like, I think it was the second, depending on how the months fell, but I think it was like either the second or third week in June, that Full Figure
Mhm.
Fashion Week. Maybe around that time is when I start picketing.
Yeah.
Bring back Full Figure Fashion Week.
Yeah. Maybe one day, maybe we'll have like a reunion one day.
You know what? Yes, that's an amazing idea. Let me text Gwen and tell her that.
Tell her this is what we need to do because we
Right.
missed it.
Right. Kristen and I talked, and this is what we came up with, and we would appreciate it, if you fulfilled our wishes.
We'll help you out. I'm more
Right.
than happy to help.
She's so gonna hang up on me. She's so gonna.
Oh,
So let's talk about podcasting, because as I understand it, you are about to get into podcasting. Yes, you are about to qualify for yet another category. Because we have our state in
I
podcast.
saw. Yes.
Tell me
I
about this
listen to
podcast.
Well, I listen to a lot of podcasts. And so I have two other friends here in Vegas that are very connected in the Vegas community on the creative side. One is a photographer, and she's also into social media marketing for a couple of the casinos and brands. Then another one is a makeup artist. And so, what better way to connect our community and start a podcast about just the entertainment creative industry, about all the things that we've learned, have guests on, and we wanted to have start off with just females and then eventually have everyone join in, but it's going to be us three females. We've already started recording, but we just haven't launched everything yet, so it's very exciting.
Sweet. Are you able to tell us what the name of the podcast is, or is it a secret?
um I will wait just because I
Okay,
want to wait till it like
I
completely
respect
launch until
it.
we're officially ready.
I respect that. You guys stay
Yes.
tuned. Once
Yes.
I know, you will know.
Yes.
So you're signed now, right?
Yes, I've been signed for, I want to say like 5, 6 years now. Yeah.
Sweet. Congrats.
Thank
Let's
you.
talk about some of your clients, past and present.
I've had a lot of smaller brands that I work with, and then I've also worked with some really big brands. I love my female run smaller businesses here that have kept me busy for the past 4 or 5 years, and we've kind of grown together. So it's amazing to see their growth as a company and my growth with them. So that's been awesome. One of them is Pop Fit Clothing, and they're based in Las Vegas. And then I worked with like Macy's and Nordstrom, Google, IBM. Like I've worked with a lot of big brands. So it's really exciting.
Google. Let's talk about Google.
Well, I can't really talk too
Wow.
much
Okay, we
about
won't
it
talk. We
because
won't
there's
talk.
some paperwork, NDA signed. I can just say that I've worked with them.
Sweet. Well, congrats on that. I love that.
Thank
Honey,
you.
I love the NDAs, honey.
Right?
I
Once it
create
comes out, I can fully talk about the project, but it's really exciting. So, yeah.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love that. Website. Do you have a website?
I do. It's KristinSchackmann.com.
So I asked that because that was one of the topics that we talked about on the last episode. Um, how do you feel about websites? Yes versus no. How important is it, do you think?
Well, I didn't have one for several years, and I decided I feel like I need one to showcase my resume, to
Hmm.
showcase it. Like I need to go in and update it more often, actually, but like portfolio pictures, work pictures, just all the things that you can have, like email lists, people kind of keep in touch, brands can go look at. Because in all reality, Instagram, social media, what if it were to go away tomorrow? I've actually had my account hacked once. So there you go, gone. And I got it back fairly quickly. But if anything were to happen, you can still find me there. You can still see my work. It's a little bit more professional to me versus just
Hmm.
Instagram, especially now that I have influencer work on there. I like to be
Hmm.
able to just showcase my actual work, not the influencer side when it comes to modeling and acting.
Yes.
So I personally really like it. I feel like a lot more people, if they don't have one, if they're in the industry, maybe get one because it's great, especially if you don't have an agency.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to market yourself because it'll tell you the analytics on it, how many hits you get, how many people sign up for your email, all of that kind of thing. You can, if you have products or classes, you can even add that. You can, have people purchase those on there as well. So I think it's great.
Yep. So I want to say it was maybe a couple of years ago, and it may even be last year. I don't even remember. I feel like the days just run into each other, but
Yes.
there was a couple of days where Instagram went down, right? And
Right.
you remember this? And
Yeah.
there was a lot of talk about the importance of having a website because when Instagram went down, it was like people did not know what to do with themselves. It was,
No,
oh my God, what do I do? But this is one of the reasons why it's so important to have a website because people can find you.
exactly.
The Instagram, people use their social media. Now, I don't want to just say Instagram, but people use their social media for different things. And very rarely you will see people use their social media for just one thing, where it would be whatever profession that you work in. So, and I say this a lot. For me, I don't want to have to go through your barbecue pictures and your pictures of your pets and the kids and every other thing in the memes and the positive affirmations. I don't want to have to go through all of that just to figure out what it is that you do.
Correct.
Nobody wants to do that.
No, they don't.
So for me, when I go to people's social media, the first thing I do is I go to the links because I want to go straight to the website, right? Because the website is where you're going to get the meat and potatoes of what this person does as a profession, hopefully. So that's the first thing that I look for. And I've had conversations with people, in the industry and out the industry professionals who will say the same thing. Websites are key for them because, nobody wants to have to sort through all
No,
the party pictures and stuff. So, if you don't have a website, I preach this all the time. Please get a website, honey. Get a website.
absolutely. I think now in this day and age, it's necessary. Plus, like if you were to search my name, it pops up in the Google search versus not just your Instagram. So it's like other people are going to see it besides people that have social media.
Right.
And then you can attach like a work email. And so I can separate those out as well. So it's nice.
Yep. And I'm gonna give I'm gonna drop this gem for people right now. If you have not purchased your domain with your name, do so right now. Even if you do not have a website, do that now because that's what people do. People purchase domain names. They look up
Yes.
what's popular right now, and they search those domains so that they can then sell it back to you at
Mm-hmm.
a higher price. So if you do not have your domain name with your name, purchase it and just keep it for whenever you need it. Trust me. Don't forget I said that to you. Okay. Thank me later.
Right.
So,
That's the truth.
Kristin, any other important information? What do you have coming up besides the podcast? Where can people find you if they want to book you for possible coaching? Do you do virtual coaching or is it all face to
I
face?
can do virtual coaching. I'll do calls, I'll do virtual. I guess it just depends on where you're located. I'm more than happy to meet people in person, but if we are close by, if they're in LA or the
Yeah.
Vegas area or come to the West Coast, then of course we can do in person. But I'm always available for like a Zoom consultation or meeting or coaching as well. So, and
Awesome. Do tell people where they can find you, please.
So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Kristin Leigh X01. I also have a YouTube. It's just Kristin Leigh. And then you can email me from my website, or my email is also on my Instagram. So it'll say hello at kristinschackmann.com.
We will make sure that we put the links to Kristin's sites in our description for you so you can just click it and go directly to it. Make sure you are following all the amazing things that Kristin is doing. And if you are an influencer, aspiring influencer or aspiring model who wants to kind of get your feet wet and learn about the industry, make sure you reach out. Now, fun times. If you've been here before, then you know what time it is. If you have not been here before, then you don't know what time it is. It is officially, it's game time. So we're going to play a quick little game with Kristen
Okay.
just to have some fun. I have these cards, very random. Again, I'm not going to tell y'all which game it is because it is not sponsored. So, Kristen, I'm just going to pull a very random card.
Okay.
No pressure. If you get them wrong, it is perfectly okay. If you get them all right, you win absolutely nothing. Okay, but so I'm going to pick. If it's too hard, I promise you, I will throw it away.
Okay.
I've done that before. I'm like, this is too hard. Go somewhere. So, you ready for these questions?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. No pressure. Okay.
Okay.
You can very well say, girl, I don't know.
Uh,
So, question number one. Here we go. On what beverage can you read Old Number 7 brand on the label? I'll give you a hint. It's an alcohol.
oh, it's a beer, right?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I have no idea then.
It is Jack Daniel's whiskey.
Oh, see, I don't drink whiskey, so I
Okay.
don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. So you would not have known that.
I would not know. Yeah, no.
All right. Let's go on to the next one. Honestly, I don't know the answer to this one, okay?
Okay.
What disease known as the French disease did Al Capone suffer from and ultimately die from?
Oh gosh.
Mm.
French disease. I have no idea. I'm not good at this already. I
I
have no
mean,
idea.
syphilis.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know either.
I
Okay.
didn't know that he died from that. Okay.
No idea. Um, what job did the seven dwarfs in Snow White have?
Oh my gosh. I haven't watched that movie in so long. What did they even do?
What did
I don't
them
even
damn things
remember.
do?
Now I'm going to need to go back and watch some Disney movies.
They were miners. I
Oh.
wouldn't have guessed that.
No, I would have never.
I'd
No.
have said something like carpenters or something.
Right. I'm like, I don't remember any of that. I just remember them playing around in a forest.
Right, right. Okay, last question. I don't know the name. I don't know the answer to this one either. What is the stage name of Marshall Bruce Mathers III? Now, I never would have guessed this.
I have no idea.
Wow, I never would have guessed this. Eminem.
Oh, you know what? The last name sounded familiar, but the first name, I was like,
That's interesting. I didn't know that. This was a hard card.
this is a hard game. Like,
You know, but you know what? At the end of the game, we can walk away and say, "Now we know the answer to this question." So if
exactly.
you ever play this game at a party, and this hopefully this one card out of 500 in there will come up,
Right.
and you be like, "Okay, I remember this."
I'd be like, let me only pick the ones that I remember.
Okay, so that was it for game time. We just wanted to have a little fun. Remember, make sure you're saving the date November 4th for the Full Figure Industry Awards. I'm always in uniform when I do these fireside chats. So if you forget, the name is right there on the shirt. Make sure you Google us, buy your tickets today before they run out. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in their best dress, not your Sunday's best, honey, but this is a red gala event, a red carpet event, I should have said. Make sure you come in your best red carpet attire. Thank you so much, Kristen, for joining me. I appreciate you. I'm looking
Thank
forward to
you.
continuing to follow your success. I'm
Thank you
looking
so much.
forward to seeing you on November 4th.
Yes, I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. And everybody, please do have a nice evening. And I will see you next time on the next Fireside Chat with Tawana.